Hi guys, welcome to the video number 203, and in this video we are going to talk about how to connect the Excel with the PowerPoint. But in this video we are going to talk about how to basically copy and paste the range. It is not going to be the chart this time, right? So if you know me through my channel, if you are watching this for the first time, then I'm just going to tell you that what exactly we guys do. So you can go to the playlist on my this YouTube channel, and there you will find a lot of actually playlist. Just under this category called the playlist, you would find 201 videos, and every video is specifically under this these different categories. So just go there and watch all these videos. And I have recently actually started a series how to connect the Excel with the PowerPoint, how to export the charts, how to export the shapes, and how to export the charts if they are on the multiple sheets, right? So you can go ahead and you can watch this series which we have just I think 3 weeks back I started it out. And you can see here that we have all actually created all these videos part wise, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, right? So if you really want to understand that what exactly is happening, you should actually watch them in a sequence. You should start from the scratch, part 1, and then and gradually you move towards all these part 2, part 3, part 4, 5. But in today's actually video, again, we are going to talk about the connecting PowerPoint with the Excel, but in this we are not going to talk about the charts. We are going to talk about that what if you want to copy the range, right? What if you want to copy the range to a specific slide, to a slide number, let's say 5, to a slide number 6, 9, So this is entirely going to be a very advanced version of all these, in fact, among all these videos, I think this is the most important video, most advanced video, and you should not actually, miss out this, because this is the question I have received from Suruchi. I guess she is with the analytics department, because the kind of requirement she has put in here, it's really, great, and we would love to make this VBA code for you. So let me just read out quickly her email. So she has written with this email that hi Ajay, please find attached the macro. So she has given me some files. I'll just let you know. I'll take you to that folder and we can see there. But what exactly she is saying is that she has to copy the data from this NRI master Excel and paste to the operation scorecard test PPT slide number 9. So basically she wants that on the slide number 9 on this the PowerPoint, where she has around I think 30-40 slides, she wants to paste a specific range, a specific range from the Excel, and the slide number has to be 9. So I want to copy and paste range on PowerPoint, and every time I run the VBA macro, it should always ask me to copy which range. I also need to paste the range on specific slide, right? Thanks for your support, Suruchi. So now in this case, what exactly we are going to do, let me just quickly show you, because I know that you would be very eager to know that what exactly we are going to do. So let me, before we start the code, we are going to make the code right away in this video, and I'm going to explain you each and everything. Let me just quickly tell you that what exactly we are going to do. So this is our macro from where we are going to operate. So this is going to be independent macro. This is just simply a VBA code and nothing else. This is not a any raw data or any sort of that. So from here we are going to handle the PowerPoint, we are going to handle the Excel. So that means that any file you can open, any PowerPoint file you can open, and any file you can open, the Excel file you can open, and automatically that the PowerPoint which you have opened is going to connect with the Excel which you have opened. So this is going to be such a wonderful code, and I'll just walk you through this. So let me just quickly open this macro. I was through with this code, and it's actually a very wonderful code. So it's going to be very advanced VBA we're going to use today, and you will thoroughly enjoy this. And of course the video is going to be a little long, but then no worries, because we are going to do a lot of stuff today. So you see that I have created this button. The moment I'm going to click on this button, look at this, the very first thing which is going to happen, you will have this pop-up window. Isn't it amazing? You have the choice. The user can choose any PowerPoint from the any PowerPoint file from here, and you see that if you click here, you don't have any other version. So that means one is not going to see any other extension, any other file, like Word file, or maybe Excel file, Excel macro file, Access, whatever, because we have fixed this. So I'm going to teach you that how you can actually fix this, right? So I go to my E drive. That on the E drive I have this the data. Now you see that on my E drive there are 2 more files, but it is only showing me this one because I have created this PPT, right? So I'm going to select this. Now the moment I select this, the next pop-up would come and it would say for the Excel files. Look at this, guys. So this is what I'm going to tell you today, right? So here you have the two options, whether you select XLSM or you can select the XLSX, right? XLSX stands for those Excel files where you don't have the macro. They are the simple files, and this is for the XLSM is for the macro enabled file. So maybe, you know, if you want to connect that Excel macro file with this Excel file, then you can do that, right? So I have created both the options for you. So right now I just click on the Excel file, and this is the file which is sent by the user. So I'm going to open that, and the moment I'm going to open that, look at this, what is going to happen. Okay, so there we go. Now enter the slide number to edit. So which slide number you would like to edit? So let's say I want to edit the 4th slide, right? So I'll just press OK, and then I run this code, and it is going to ask me, so which sheet name you want to go, from where you want to copy the range. So let's say I want to go on the MI sheet, which is already there. So I just press M, and you see that I'm on the MIs. Now it is going to ask me which range. So you see that we have done really a good job here, right? So I can select the range also from here, and the moment I'm going to press OK, just remember I selected the slide 4. Now do you want to delete the shape, you know, these shapes? So let's say I want to say yes, I want to delete this. I'll just tell you what exactly it is. Do you want to did you find what you wanted to delete? Yes, I found, and I'm okay with that. So this is what kind of a macro which we have created, complete. All right, so let's go back to this PowerPoint, and there we go. You see that this is what exactly I have actually copied it. If you see, right, I'll just take you to the Excel file. You see, this is the range which we have copied, and this is what exactly it has pasted here, right? So what happens in this slide, let me just reopen it, and I'll tell you what exactly is the, you know, what all things we are supposed to take care, because here it was, there were a lot of challenges actually in this PPT, because in this PPT we had a lot of shapes, different kind of shapes created, right? So we wanted to see that which shape we want to actually particularly delete. For example, you see that I used the slide number 4. I just ran the code, and you know, I wrote 4 there in that input box, right? So this is the basically, if you look at this, this is the slide. Now this slide has this picture also, which is a text box. This is also a kind of a table. Then this is a chart which is there, and then there are a couple of more things. For example, if you select this, then this is also a kind of a shape, right? So these all the different shapes are actually created by the user here. So which shape we want to actually delete it, right? For example, let me show you. If I just copy this, and I'm going to, let's say, paste it somewhere, maybe let's say in this sheet. Look at this. Can you see that text box 4? So this is the text box, right? If you copy this and you're just going to paste it here, you see that this is going to be a chart, right? So we have so many shapes here. So we actually want to, you know, give this option to the user that which particular shape he wants to, or she wants to delete it, right? And then once the sheet is, you know, that the shape is going to be deleted, so this is how it happens. It is going to be deleted, and then whatever you're going to select in that range which you have selected, you know, in this sheet, suppose I select this, you know, that is now going to be copied and going to be pasted in this your PowerPoint. This is exactly we want to do, right? So it's going to be very interesting. So let's just start from the scratch and let's prepare this code. Though I've already prepared this code, but you know, I wanted to actually tell you that how exactly the things are going to happen. So the first thing, guys, which we want to do, first of all, you see I have written some points also here. You will get the 2 pop-ups. You need to open your PowerPoint and Excel file by going to the required destination. So first of all, let us arrange the 2 pop-ups. Okay, the moment we are going to arrange the 2 pop-ups, from there one can select the Excel file and one can select the PowerPoint, right? So what we are going to do is I'm simply going to write this code in the developer tab. I just go to the Visual Basic and let's just insert some module here. Okay, all right, so there was some password, I guess. Let me just remove the password and insert the module. Okay, so now here the first part which we are going to do is first of all, let us quickly write here the option explicit to start with this code. This is my new Excel 2016, so that's why I haven't on the option. And okay, so the macro name is going to be paste range to nth slide. Okay, let me just keep it like this. So the first part which we are going to do, we are going to cover the step-by-step thing. So first of all, we will have to arrange the 2 pop-ups for the PowerPoint and the second is for the Excel. So what we are going to do is I'm going to use the file dialog class, right? So this is how we write. So I'm going to declare here that my, let's say, fl1 as office.fileDialog, okay, and then you're going to declare that fl1 equals to application.fileDialog. This is how we write. And once you're going to write this, then the next thing which you would be doing is you're going to actually select that whether you want the file picker, folder picker, open and save as. Open and save as definitely not, folder or file. So you need to choose now. The folder, of course not, because I am actually going to select the PPT and I'm going to select the Excel file. So you choose this file picker option, right? So that is the first thing we are going to do. So let's just quickly select this. Okay, there we go. Now, what is the next thing I want to do? The next thing I want to do is that with this fl1 and just create the end with, we are going to write some of the properties, some of the methods here. So I want to say that in the initial view, I'll just show you what exactly it is. I have used this in my all, in the previous my old videos as well. If you go there and find out some, search on the file dialog, the topic, you would see a couple of very good, amazing videos, right? So initial view is that select, let's say I'm going to say that select PowerPoint file. Okay, that's the thing which I want to do. And then what is the next thing I want to do? The next thing I want to do is definitely we are going to add the filter. So we are going to add the filter here, filters.add, and this is how you write. So PowerPoint only, PowerPoint files. Okay, you can write here PowerPoint files, and then in the comma, then you will write the the extension of the PowerPoint, whatever the extension you have. So extension of the PowerPoint is, let me just go back to the this file. It's .pptx, right? So .pptx is what I'm going to write, .pptx, and then you would put the star here and the double quotes. Okay, I'll just tell you what exactly it is, and then the next thing is you would like to show it. Okay, and so let me just run this and then you will understand. Let's run them step by step, right? Let's just not be in hurry, and then what is the use of watching this video, right? So we want to go step by step. So there we go. I'm going to add everything. You see that everything is added. Now there we go. Look at this. Now do you see that in this file name, initial file name, that is what I was talking about actually. This, the code which we have written there, that is going to display this select PowerPoint file here, right? And if you select on the drop down, you see that you have all the files, Excel files, Excel file, XLSM, PPTX is also coming. Now you might be wondering that why actually, how come I got this Excel file .xlsx, right? Because I created only the PPT one in my the code. So how come we actually have Excel file here? So I'll just tell you basically what happens when you're going to run this code again and again. You keep on getting these options. For example, let's just click cancel here, and let me just run this code again. Okay, so I ran this code again, and you see that they are not going to be removed here. Why? Because if you remember that previously when I was actually running this code, you saw that there we had got these .xls and .xlsm. So we have to remove them from the memory, right? And then we have to start it from the, from the scratch basically. So I just cancel this code. And so what you need to do is, in order to, in order to prevent any other filtration part, be it the Word file or Excel file, whatever you have actually opened recently, and it should not come. So you need to write just one line here, which is filters.clear. Okay, now let's just go ahead and quickly run this code. There we go. Now look at this, guys. This is the by default option. There is no other option available here. Wonderful, right? So now you have all the PowerPoint files here, and there's no other file which is going to be opened, right? So from here I can open the file. But once you're going to open the file, then whatever the file user is going to select, we are going to actually get that PowerPoint open, right? So the next thing which I'm going to do here is that we're going to get this PowerPoint opened, right? But before we get that PowerPoint opened, we also would like to give the second pop-up. Now it is all your choice. Maybe you can write it later, but I think let me just give these both the pop-ups right away. So what I'm going to do, just simply copy this and just paste this here, and let's just name this as FL2, and just copy this. This is another one which we are going to create for the Excel, because we also want the Excel. So that is That's it. And now I'm going to copy this quickly because we would like to create the same one with the FL2. So I'm going to write here FL2. There we go, FL2, and here we'll write Excel files. Okay, and PowerPoint files, you can write here my Excel files. You can write here whatever you want, right? But here you need to take care of everything. So here I'm going to write XLSX, which is the the version for the Excel files. And the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to write here the XLSXM, right? Sorry, XLSM actually. Right, so sorry about the disturbance. Actually, somebody was at the door. All right, so now what we are actually going to do is that we have got everything created here. So let me just quickly run this, and there we go. Let me just quickly run this. Now you see that that's the first thing which I have done. So I'm gonna just click on this OK, and there we go. There is a next pop-up now, right? And you can see here that I have got all the filters. Right, so we have all the filters here. Now we can choose the Excel file, and the next task is now let's just get that both the files actually opened, right? So we want to get those files open, and this is how we are going to work on this, right? So what is the next thing I want to do now? Now once you have created this, so your basically file dialog, the first portion which is this, it is actually done, right? Now the next, the first part is done, and the part which is left is that how we actually going to ensure that whatever the file, the PowerPoint file or the Excel file user has chosen, that should get opened. So here we are going to write one thing, that first of all we are going to deal with the PowerPoint. So I'm going to simply write here dim my PPT as powerpoint.application, and then you're going to write it dim PPT equals to new powerpoint.application. Okay, and then you're going to declare this as visible. Now if you have watched all the previous videos, then I'm sure you must be finding it very easy, because we have used this a lot in all our 5 or 6 videos. All right, so this is going to make the PowerPoint visible, and then from this PPT I'm going to open the presentation, and this is how you get the presentation open. Which presentation? Obviously now that's the important question. Which presentation basically we would like to get it, So here in the in this the open, what we are going to write here is FL1 dot select item 1. This is how we write it. You can also declare a separate variable for this. You can declare here, let's say var, and you can declare var equals to this FL1 dot selected item, and then in the open part you can write dot open, and then you can in the brackets you can write the variable called var. It's one and the same thing, but ultimately what will happen, this selected item is the item which is going to be open, which is basically going to come from the user, right? Let me just put the breakcode here, and let me quickly show you what exactly is going to happen here. So or maybe I think I should put the breakcode here. All right, so let's just quickly run this. I want to show you because this is very interesting. So there we go. I selected this operation scorecard PPT, you can see here, and I'm going to click on the OK. The next time the pop-up comes, and here we're going to select the Excel file, right? And there we go. Now look at this here, see in the background. Now this code which I'm going to run, this my ppt.visible, now this has created the instance of the new PowerPoint application, because we want to work on the PowerPoint, right? So this PowerPoint is going to be opened, which is going to be a blank, totally blank. This is basically just the the layout of this PowerPoint. But from this PowerPoint now we're going to get this open. Which one? This FL1 selected item 1. So if you write this code in that, if I just put this code in the watch, I just select this and put it in the add watch, then you see that this is going to be the full name of this file, which is called the NRI master for financial year 17.xlsx, right? So here we got the wrong file, because I never actually wanted to use this one, right? So I wanted to use the PowerPoint. So I think the PowerPoint we have used wrong, and we should correct ourselves here. So in the FL1 we have FL1 should be your .ppt actually. So let's just do one thing. Let me just remove this from here, and we're going to declare here a variable called, let's say, z, and let's keep it like this. And here I think this would look better. So I'm going to declare here dim z as let's say string, and z equals to, this is how you write, okay, FL1 dot you're going to right here the selected item, whatever the PowerPoint the user is going to select, and it is going to be 1. So now the Z should have that PowerPoint name, and this is what we are going to get it, you know, open here. So let's just run this on the F8 mode, and so there we go. Let me press F8. There we go. Alright, so we got this. I select this operation scorecard, and now I click OK. Now let's have a look on the Z part. Do you see that it's E drive operation scorecard September 16 -test.pptx. So this is exactly my, you know, the PowerPoint. So now Z is actually going to hold this name, and I'm going to use this Z here, right over here, right? So similarly, you can do one thing. You can declare here one more variable, which is you know, let's declare it as dim.zz as, let's say, string, and we are going to make this zz equals to fl2 dot file select selected file, selected items, and 1, right? So this is going to open the workbook name. This is going to keep the workbook, and so here we're going to open the workbook, whatever the file the user is going to select, open, and this is what we will write here. I'm going to write here the name called ZZ. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and let me just see here if this is going to work or not. There we go. So now you have the Excel, and I select the Excel here, which is NRI master, and I go here and have a look on this ZZ part. You see that the variable has got this ZZ, the complete path of the file, right? So now the PPT is going, the new instance of the PowerPoint is going to be opened in the background. It is not shown, but the moment I run this code visible equals to 2, you can see that the PowerPoint is open, and from here now I'm going to open this presentation, and there we go. Look at this, right? So amazing. Do you see that this PowerPoint is open, and this is what exactly we wanted to do. Now at the same time, in this ZZ also we want to get our, you know, this basically the Excel open. So I'm going to press F8, and now the Excel should open, and there we go, right? So far everything good, right? So this is how we are able to open the Excel. We are able to actually get our PowerPoint open. Now the next thing, which is very important thing, is that you should now tell your VBA that which slide basically, you know, it has to select. For example, in this case we are going to select the 4th slide. So our first, basically this this is done. We have done this, right? Now the next part is you will then be asked which slide number you want to edit. Write the number there, example 2, you know, 2 or 22, whatever slide I'm into say. So we want to get that slide also open. So now the next thing is we want to do is, once you have this workbook.open, so we'll have our PPT again activated. So this is how you write to go to the PPT window, my PPT.activate. Okay, so now in this case, let me just write it here in the comment section that we are going to select the specific PowerPoint. We're going to select the specific PowerPoint. PowerPoint slide. Okay, so how we are going to do that? Now before I you know, go ahead and I tell you that how we're going to do that, first of all guys, understand that in the PowerPoint, because VBA is an object hierarchy, you know, it's a totally object oriented language, and we have an object hierarchy. Every application has its own hierarchy. For example, in the Excel you have the biggest application Excel, and in Excel you have the workbooks, then in the workbooks you have worksheets, and then in the worksheets you have pivot charts, cells, you know, ranges, a lot of things. So in this same way, in the PowerPoint also we have some structure. The bigger one is the PowerPoint application. In the PowerPoint application, then we come to the presentation, which we have just got added here, if you remember the blank, that layout, you know, and then we got the slides and then shapes. The hierarchy goes like this. So if you want to actually work on the shapes, please remember you will have to first declare the slides, otherwise you cannot. And in the same way, if you want to actually work on the slides, then you will have to get the presentation on, right? So far we have got the PowerPoint on, but we haven't actually declared the presentation. So the presentation we would like to create here, that on the presentation, then, you know, we will further go and make that which slide we actually want to get it activated. Okay, so the next thing which I want to do here is I want to declare my presentation. Okay, though you can declare it here as well, that's fine. once your PPT, you know, it gets activated, you can declare it here also. So we're going to say that dim my presentation as PowerPoint dot presentation, and this set word we use because we are dealing with the objects. So this is what we are going to say, that my presentation is going to be equals to what? It is going to be equals to the active presentation. Now in the most of the codes, you know, what we write is actually we say that my ppt dot presentation dot add, and then we add the, you know, presentations. If you would have seen the previous videos which I was talking, you know, under that playlist connecting Excel with the PowerPoint. But in this case, you don't have to create any new active presentation. Remember, right? You don't have to create a new presentation. You already have a PowerPoint, and which is exactly you're getting it open. So this will always be going to refer to the active presentation, right? So this is a very important actually line. You should understand this important line. What is the next thing we want to do? Once you have the presentation on, then we would like to also go ahead and you know, declare the slide, whatever the slide we would like to have. So I'm going to declare here that my slide as PowerPoint dot slide. This is how we declare it, and the slide is now going to be equals to what? So the slide is going to be equals to what? It is going to be equals to my presentation. You see that I now write the presentation, my press, right, which is object variable, because before the slide the presentation word comes, right? So here this is what we are going to write, the slide and the index number. Now what is the index number? You can write here 1 2 3, whichever slide you want to, you know, work on, but you don't know because the user can choose anything, right? So maybe we can declare here a variable called slide number, okay, and we will have to declare it. So I'm gonna declare that variable. Maybe I can declare it here slide number as, let's say, long, okay. And so the slide number, when we're going to actually get this activated, basically we will have to give this option. We will have to pop up the input box where, you know, user can write the number, right? So here we're going to write here that dim. So I'm going to write here slide number, slide number equals to input box, enter the slide, enter slide number, okay, that's it. All right, now here they are going to get the slide number entered, and whatever the value the user is going to feed, you know, that will come here. This is what exactly the, you know, the logic we are trying to build here. And then the next thing which we want to do is that my slide should be selected. So we're going to select the slide. So once we are on that slide, then what is the next thing we want to get it, you know, what is the next thing we want to basically get it done? So maybe you can cut this, because here Excel is getting open, we can write it here, the slide number, we can activate it, right? Really doesn't matter. Now once the slide is activated, so what will happen in this slide, let's say we have selected the fourth slide. Now here I was telling you, you have a lot of shapes. Which shape you want to actually delete? Which shape you want to, you know, get it replaced? So that is the important point. So here we are going to run the collection loop. We are going to have all the shapes one by one. So here in this line, you're going to declare again one more variable, my shape, as PowerPoint.shape for each my shape and shapes. Next, I'll just show you. Okay, so let's have the message box. Let's have the name of the shapes, which is my shape dot name. That's it. Okay, now let me put the break code here, and let's just remove this space. Okay, now let's just close this. Remember, this is the sheet. Here this is the one, this is the second one, this is the third one, and here this is the another one. Maybe you may have some more entries here, who knows, you know. So let's have a look on this. Okay, there we go, and I'm going to close this Excel file as well. We're going to start it from the scratch. So this time let me quickly press F8. Variable not defined. Which variable? I haven't defined it actually. Let me just have a look again. Variable not defined shapes. Wait a second, that's my mistake actually. It has to be my slide dot shapes. Okay, this is the collection loop. Obviously, because you're going to work on the slide which is user is going to select. So under that particular slide, you know, whatever the shapes we have, we are actually going to go one by one on each shape. Okay, So yeah, there we go. Okay, let's just run this. Okay, so this is done. Now we got this PowerPoint. I select this PowerPoint, press OK, then there we go further. Okay, I got this Excel open, and there we go. Now you can see that the PowerPoint is going to be visible. Okay, it got visible. Now the PowerPoint is going to be loaded, the same PowerPoint which I selected, so it is there. Now look at this. Now this slide number equals to input box, this should give me the number. So I want to go on the 4th slide, so I'm going to write here 4, and there we go. Now this 4 is going to be shown up here. So now this means that my slide is now, remember, if anywhere I'm going to use this my slide, that would mean that I'm referring to the 4th slide, because this set word means that this equals to this, which is the 4th slide of this presentation. Okay. Alright, so now here we're going to get this workbook also opened, which you know that in the E drive NRI master. So the file is also going to be opened. Now this is what I was talking. If you want to just switch to the next window, which is the PowerPoint, you just write here my ppt.activate, which is your presentation, and there we go. In this way it is selected. Now look at this, my slide dot select. My slide means that the slide which you have selected, which is the 4th slide, right? So look at this. The moment I run this, this should get highlighted. Do you see that? This outline, it got highlighted, right? So now we are, and you can see in the background also, this slide is getting activated. Now we will like to see that what also shapes we have in this slide. So this is going to work like this: table 3, all right, then what else, text box 4, then text box 5, then chart. You remember the chart is also created, right? And then the macro is finished. Now we don't want these, basically the shapes. So what we want is that any point in time the table shape comes, or any shape, let's say you want to delete any shape, so that should be deleted. So here we are going to write this, the if condition. Okay, so I'm going to write here the if condition, and this is going to be like this: if my shape. So here we're going to declare basically a variable. We're going to say that let's say result equals to message box, do you want to delete? Okay, and you concatenate this with the shape, whatever the shape you have, right? So the name of the shape. Okay, so you put this all in the message box, close the bracket, and we have to declare the result as well. So I'm just going to declare the result as variant. Okay, all right. Now if the result is going to be the yes, so don't forget to create the boxes also here. So we're going to create the VB yes no, so that you should have an option to select whether you want to delete it or not. So if result output is going to be equals to VB yes, then what we want to do, then we want to actually go ahead and delete that shape. So you select that shape. Okay, so I'm going to select that, this one, my shape, and then this is how you delete it. Else nothing. Okay, this is what we want to do. Okay, so let me put the break code here, and we are going to run this again, and I'll just close this PowerPoint as well, and let me save this Excel file as well. All right, now I'm going to click quickly on the F5 to run this fast. We selected the PowerPoint, we selected this Excel, and there we go. Now we're going to, again I'm going to press F5. So you see that PowerPoint is opened, Excel is also going to be open. All right, so here we have the pop-up. I enter the slide number as 4. All right, and now this is going to run. Look at this now. Do you want to delete this table 3? Now if you say yes, I want to delete it, see what will happen. So you clicked on the yes. Yes means that it is going to be actually, the result, the variable, this will have a 6 number. So either you write VBS or you write 6. If result equals to 6 or if result equals to VBS, that's one and the same thing. So now it is going to select that, and it is going to delete that, right? Let me just click on this PowerPoint and I can show you that. Look at this now in the background. Do you see that it is selected? You see these pointers, they're coming out here, right? And the moment I'm going to, let me just sync it a little bit. Yeah, now look at this. The moment I'm going to execute this line, this is going to be deleted. You see that this is what exactly we wanted to do. Now see this is again very important. The next time you don't want to actually have this pop up again, because this keeps coming on, right? Because there are other text boxes or rectangular boxes, whatever, all the shapes are there. So you keep on pressing, do you want to delete? No, I have deleted what I wanted, and this is fine now. So it goes to the else, and again it is going to ask you, do you want to delete this? So I say no, and then again it goes to the next, right? So once we have deleted the required, the shape. We don't want to get these pop-ups again. So what we are going to do, we are going to declare here my check as, let's say, declare it as a byte only. Okay, and so here you're going to write here my check equals to, let's say, declare it as 1. Okay, and here before you start with this message box, just put the condition that if my check is not equals to 1, then go here. Otherwise here you're going to write else and if, so that no pop-up should come. This is what exactly I want to do, right? So again, let's just go ahead and let me show you what exactly it is going to do, because we are going to work on this step by step. Otherwise there's no fun of making this video. So I'm going to click on the F5. There we go. I selected this PowerPoint, I selected this Excel file, and everything start appearing. The PowerPoint is loaded, and I'm going to give the slide number, which is 1. Sorry, it is going to be actually 4. I just press OK, and there we go. Now this is the line which I was talking about. This is going to run. You know that what will happen now. I get the message box. Do you want to delete this table? Yes, I want to delete the table. So now if I show you in the PowerPoint, this table is going to be deleted because this is the table shape. It has selected this. It is going to delete this. Now the next time before it goes to the again the looping part, it is going to have this variable which is my check is empty, because we didn't have any value here in the beginning, so we are assigning it 0 here. Then now the next time it is going to run for the second shape, you see that this is going to be 1 is not equals to 1, so it will go in the else mode. So this portion of this message box will not come again, right? So in this way you see that this is going to finish. So that is the thing we wanted to do, right? Now again, what is the next thing now we want to do? The third thing is that now you guys see that you can get this, the next picture you can get it pasted here. Okay, for example, I copied this range. This is what exactly I'm going to do. Let's say I copied this because we have deleted that. I go back here and I paste it here like this, right? Now tell me one thing, how you are going to resize this, how you are going to put it here on the top or maybe on the left, right? So in that case, we have a code which actually is going to ask us the index number of this shape. What is the index number of this shape? For example, you remember that this is the index, the position basically 1 by 1. This is the position, this is the index 1, this is the shape 1, this is the shape 2, and then this is the shape 3, right? And this is the shape 4, or you can say the chart number having the index 4. We don't know actually how many shapes are there, right? Because every slide will have a different number of shapes. So what we are going to do is, in order to check that what is the last index of this, the pasted range, we are going to run one more time a same loop here. So I'm going to write here again the same thing for each my shape in my slide shapes and next. And here I'm going to declare one variable, which is, let's say, I as long, or you can say that dim final index of new range. This is what you can do, right? So I'm going to write here, let me just copy this. We keep on getting it incremented like this. Now what will happen, let me just click here, pause this, let's just close this. Let's close this as well. Okay. Okay, I'm coming here and let me just delete this. Remove the break code here, and we're going to run this quickly. Okay, again, what we are doing here, and then the things are going fine up till this level. We have got the PowerPoint opened, and I'm going to enter here 4, which is my, of course, the slide number. And now you know that what will happen. Yes, I want to delete this, so I just click on this and you see that it's deleted, right? Now this is going to run again on the same slide, which is a full slide. Look at this. Now final index of new range is, that this is right now empty. So empty plus 1 will make it 1, right? Again, it is going to run because we have 3-4 shapes here. So we have covered all the shapes. Now the final number of the index is 3. which means that in this slide we have 3 shapes, and the next shape, the range which we are going to copy, that is going to be the 4th one, and that is what we are going to use it now. Okay, we are done almost with the entire program. So now what is the next thing you would like to do here? The next thing you would like to do here is you would like to put up the another input box. So here we are going to write dim z as let's say range, my range as range. This is how we declare my range equals to application dot input box, and then you write enter range. Okay, and then the last thing which I'm going to write here, title, default, left, top, whatever you want you can write it, but I'm going to use this last one, which is the type, and I'm going to put it here 8. Now I'm not going to talk much on that, because you can go ahead and find out this on the playlist under the message boxes, input boxes, that why we declare that. But you can simply click here and you can press F1, it will take you to the VBA help, and you can see here basically type 8 means that you cannot select anything other than the range. If you're going to, if the user is going to write anything there, or if the user is going to write a number, it is not going to be acceptable. That is what exactly I'm why I'm writing here this type 8. Now if you would have paid little attention here, that you see that I have prefixed this time the input box with the application, right? Because in the previous, where we are actually asking the user to enter the slide number somewhere here, you see that here I did not use any application, I did not prefix it with application. If you know the reason, kudos to you. If you don't know the reason, then let me tell you guys, this is very important. Basically when you prefix the application, then what happens, you get to see in the input box, you get to see a parameter called type, and this type actually decides what you want to do. If you want to prevent your user entering any text entry, you can choose the type. Now which type you want to choose, like I have chosen here 8, that you need to maybe you can Google it, or just select this input box and press F1, and you will the Excel help is, the VBA help is going to tell you which number you're supposed to write. So that is basically, that means that a user can write here a number only, a user can write here text only, depending upon the type. But if I remove this application and I simply write here input box like previously we have written, you see that this type, the last parameter type, is not coming, because here we are not going to use this as a type. We simply say that we just want to enter, we just want to have any value. It could be a text, it could be a number, anything, right? So I mean, that's just a way you can prevent the user from entering a specific data type. So that is why I use this, because I want the range here, and type 8 means that it is for the range, right? So once the range is selected, what is the next thing you want to do? You're simply going to copy that. So I'm going to copy that, whatever the range is there, and once you copied that range, you would like to paste that on your the PowerPoint on the shape, whatever the shape it is. So this is how we will write here. So I have my slide dot, and then shapes, and then paste. Okay, you can use the paste special as well, it's all up to you. If you want to use the paste special, you can choose the different categories, bitmap, default, HTML, whatever you want to do, but I'll just keep it paste only, right? So once the shape is going to be pasted, what is the next thing you want to do? So let me just quickly show you. Let's just put the code here on the break code. Okay, and I'll just close this. This is the last line actually, so we are almost through with the code. Now let me run this quickly. Okay, so I see that basically select the shape, and in the background I think it's the Excel which is activated, not the PowerPoint, right, which you actually wanted to have it. And moreover, it even did not go to this 4th slide, as I can see here. So F8, I selected this, and then I selected this, I got it open, the PowerPoint is visible. Okay, now there we go. Slide number I'm going to enter here 4. Okay, the workbook is open, perfect. My PPT is also activated, it is activated. Okay, this is what we are going to run now. So do you want to delete this? I say yes. Shape is selected, it is deleted. Let's have a look here. Yeah, it is done, and there we go. Now there is no pop-up because we have deleted, we have done our job. Now this loop is going to simply run this 3 times, and then there we go. So we have the range now coming out, and we have to enter the range. Before we enter the range, let's just have the Excel selected, okay, because we want to select the Excel before we get on this. So what we are going to do is we're going to get this Excel file opened. So I'm going to open this basically the workbook. So to open the workbook, what you can do is, where you're getting this workbook opened, here you can declare a variable which is WB as workbook, and you can see that this WB is going to be active workbook. So this will refer to the the opened workbook basically, right? So this means that now I can use that anywhere. So I will use here WB.activate, then I will be on the the Excel part, and then there I would like to again declare one more variable which is going to be select sheet as string, and we will get this the pop-up after the workbook gets activated. We would like to see that which sheet user wants to go. So I'll write here that input box, and here I'll write the right sheet name. There we go. And once the sheet name is activated, the next thing which we will do is sheets and the sheet name, which is going to be select sheet dot select. Now this is what exactly going to take us to that sheet, and afterwards we can select the range and we can get it copied. Alright, so let's just close everything, don't save, and I close this again. I'm not, of course, this one, this is the macro. So we're going to run this quickly, and let me put the breakcode here. Alright, there we go. So I open the PowerPoint, Excel, okay. Now the pop-up in this screen is kind of it's on and off, it's blinking basically, it's getting highlighted. So you just right here, click on that and just put the slide number. There we go. What is the next thing? You got the pop-up, you want to delete, yes I want to delete it, and there we go. So once we are on this, I'm going to ensure that I should be on the the correct workbook. So I'm already on the workbook though. Now this will ask me which sheet name I want to go. So let's have, I want to go on the data sheet. So I select that, I write the data name, and this code is going to see the select the data sheet in this Excel file, right? And the next thing, it is going to give me the pop-up which is the range. So I'm going to, let's say, select this range, this one. We can select this one as well. Let's say I selected this range, I press OK. Now this range is going to be copied. You can see that in the background this is copied, right? So once it is copied, now what I want to do is I want to get to the PPT. So I just write here PPT and I rerun this, and there we go. Now this should be pasted here. Now you can see that in the background it is pasted. We got it pasted, guys. Now you remember we already found out that what is the position, the index number we are going to give we are going to have for this new the paste item. It's a range in this case. So now here what we will do, we have to resize it. So I'm going to write here my slide and then dot shapes, and then here you need to give the index. Now what is the index of this shape? What is the number of the shape? How do you know? Because you have already run this loop. You remember we already ran this loop. So here I'm going to write here the complete this variable. So let's just copy this. So this is why actually I was telling you that this is so important, right? So I just select that, and now you want to give it the width. So whatever the width you want to give, so I want to give it a width exactly of the same width, the same size which this presentation has. So this is the line. You can write here any number. For example, you can write here 454 as well. This is going to be then a 454 size, and if you don't like it, you can reduce it, you can increase it, whatever. But I will get this completely exactly equals to the size of this presentation, and this is how you write. So my presentation dot page setup, and then the width of basically that slide. So this is what I'm going to write, slide width. Okay, and I copy this, and we are going to basically move it on the top. So simply just use this dot top, and we're going to write here, let me just delete it. So I'm going to put it here, maybe somewhere here on the 25, from the top 25, and if we don't, I mean, will not like it, then we will change it, right? That is not the issue. And then yes, from the left I want it to be exactly from the 0, so I will write here 0, right? So that's a code here, and I guess let's go ahead and now the last time let's just run this code. And so I'm going to simply close everything, and let us save this, and let us just run this now. Okay, there we go. PowerPoint, Excel. Just wait for this loading. Okay, so it's loaded. You can see here it's kind of a blinking. Just go there, write the slide number 4, press OK, and there we go. Now the next thing it is going to ask which shape you want to delete. So let's say I want to delete this table 3, and now you're going to, table 3 is deleted. We can't see it because it's running fast, but I will go in the MI sheet this time. I'll simply select OK, enter the range. So let's say I'm going to select this time, maybe this range I want to select. Let's say this one. I press OK. Now this is going to be copied. I press F8. You see that it is copied, PPT activated, shape is pasted here, and the shape got pasted, but I guess we were not able to actually adjust. Oh yes, look at this, guys. Do you see that this is now placed over here? It has completely resized itself to the width of this presentation. Now this is what I was talking about, that how important it is for you to find the index of the new, this image of this, the picture, right? Because what you did is, if you remember, I added here final index of the new range. Now final index of the new range, basically it was of your last shape, which is already existing in the PowerPoint. For the new shape, you would actually supposed to add 1 to it. So here you're going to add 1 to it, because this is the new, this is by adding 1 you are actually telling that the new whatever the new shape you have pasted, that is going to be actually moved from top and left, and that is the reason you see this is pasted here. Otherwise it was here, if you see in the PowerPoint, right? So that is what exactly we missed out. So let's just quickly close this and rerun the code again. Let me just remove everything. I'm going to run this quickly, and there we go. There we go. Hopefully this time we should be able to do what we want to do, because I know we have run it so many times, but I think it's just that the code is so powerful, that you will have to actually understand it. There are so many things, we have added here, and I hope that you would, agree with me on that. We basically did a lot of things. All right, I want to delete this. Now, what is the sheet name? All right, I select the MIS, and now in the MIS, I select this table, press OK, and let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Do you see that? This is now actually exactly the pasted here, right? But I still see that this was, I wanted to actually show it like this, the complete, this, basically this, it should take the complete screen of this presentation. So I believe there is something wrong which we are doing. Let me put the break code here, and let's see what is wrong. Oh yeah, there we go. That is why, again, that's a very stupid thing. I didn't add one here, and that is why I was wondering that again this actually got so big. So that is the reason actually. So we didn't actually have the proper. All right, no problem. We keep on running it. We have to ensure ourselves. So now this time I just remove this, because I know that now this is the final index is everywhere. It is added once. So let's just quickly run this again. There we go. There we go. It got it added. Okay, let's click here. I'm going to enter here 4, and there we go. And what exactly you want to delete? I want to delete table 3. Yes. Sheet name MIS, press OK, select the range. So I'm going to select this range, let's say, press OK. There we go. Yes, exactly. Now you see this is not moved, this chart is not moved at all. This remained as it is, and this is completely now completely going here, completely actually taking this entire presentation size, right? So obviously you need to move it a little bit here, maybe that's all up to you. I mean, how you want to move it. You can just need to decrease the distance to, maybe you can increase the distance to 30, right? So but the job is done. Now let's have a look on another slide if we can do that. So let's just go here and let me have a look here. And one thing more, guys, when you run this, so suppose you are on the 6th slide. Let's say you press the 6th slide, but on the 6th slide there's nothing which you want to delete. Then what should happen? So here we want to write one thing. Once you actually have all the shapes deleted, so let's say by mistake, if you keep on clicking on no, for example, if I just close this, look at this. This is a very important point. Before you guys put your comments there, when you run this, when I selected this, and I write the slide number again 4, remember the 4th, right? And now let's say you don't want to delete anything, because you're not able to find that basically the shape which you wanted to delete. So if I click no, again no, neither I want to delete text file 4, neither I want to delete this chart 6, that means it should not run. The macro should stop there, because you don't want to delete. If you don't want to delete anything, then you don't want it to be replaced, right? That's what I believe. But again, it keeps on moving forward. It should not move. It should not even ask you for the sheet name if you don't want to delete anything, because you didn't find a shape of your choice, so you don't want to delete it. So in this case, let me just cancel this out. So here you have to write one more code, which is after this line. Before you go to the next range, just write here dim final, let's say, result. Okay, and then just write here final result. There are so many variables we have today created. Really, I know you must be wondering that how gonna catch up all these things. So no problem, you can watch it again. You can go step by step, because I also, when I prepared it, I spent a lot of time, to be very honest. It's not that I just sat and I made the code. I really spent a good amount of time, and this is how the codes are prepared. Basically, nobody is so genius that they can make it so quick. I mean, perhaps there are people, but at least I'm not one of them, right? So so just write here that so we can write here that did you get what you wanted to delete, whatever message you want to give, right? So just put it in the again the same mode, that VBA no. All right, so here I will say that if the result is going to be no, if final result equals to VB no, then simply exit the macro, exit sub, right? So this will do what? I'm writing it to one line, so you don't have to write the end if. That's again the one rule. When you write the if in the one line, then you don't have to declare the else in the end if. So it says that if user is going to select no, that did you get what you wanted to delete, and he says no, then obviously just exit the macro, exit sub. So the macro is not going to run at all, right? This is what exactly it is going to do. So let's just now have a look on this another slide. I'm going to work on this slide, which is the slide number 10. So let's have a look on this. This should be replaced with what we are going to select, and this is the last time I'm running the code. And hit on this. There we go, and it's loaded. Slide number 10, press OK. Okay, have a look here. Do you want to delete the text box? No, I don't want to delete it. Table 4, yes, table I want to delete. The moment you delete the table 4, remember there will be no pop-up coming out, because we have already adjusted that. Now this is what exactly I was talking about. So here if you click no, then the macro will stop immediately and it will not do anything, right? So we are just actually trying to give the reconfirmation to the user, so that if he didn't get anything, then he can click on the no and exit from the macro, and just by mistake if he has selected anything which is deleted, he should be again given the chance, right? But did you get what you wanted to delete? I beg your pardon, it should not be deleted. Wanted to delete, so just click on the yes, and there we go. Now it is deleted in the background. I select the MIS part and I select this entire range. I click OK, and there we go. Look at this, guys. You remember on the 10th slide that the range which was there, it is nowhere now. It is deleted and replaced by with this code, right? So as I said that basically you can change the top, left, whatever, you know, the slide width, you can do that. It's all up to you. So I guess this is the end of this video, and you can have a look on this. Again, I can just put this on the maximum, you know, I can maximize the window, and you can have a look on this entire bit, this code. So this is the code which actually is going to do all the steps, right? So what is the important line? This is fine till this level. We are just getting the items open, we are just getting our PowerPoint and, you know, Excel open, right? So the important chapter comes here, basically this one, when you're actually getting the PowerPoint, you know, the instance of the PowerPoint is getting activated in the this line from here. This is the important part, right? And so here we are getting the workbook open and the presentation open. You can see here this workbook start open, and then you have here this the another option where we have written that PowerPoint should be open, right? So maybe on the top it's there. Let me just show you, where is it? Yeah, that's the one. PowerPoint, where we have written that PowerPoint open code. I'm sorry, I'm just lost actually, but you can see here, I mean, you know that what I'm talking about basically. Somewhere here it has to be, yeah, that's the line actually. Basically it's such a big code actually. This is line, the presentation getting opened. Once both the presentations are getting open, the important line, I believe, not find in the, I mean, very difficult to find on the net, right? So this is what exactly you're talking about. To set up the slide number of your choice, if you write in the slide number, slide underscore number 8, then it is going to be the 8th slide. If you're going to write here 50, then it is going to be the 5th, you know, the 50th slide. So basically that is an important point. And again, one more important thing, whatever the shapes you have got it there, right, to have them in the form of the pop-up, and then to have that leverage that, you know, which is to basically ignore and which is to select and, you know, delete. This is again a wonderful thing. And then once your shape is deleted, to get to this point, that because when you're going to paste the new range, then you will have to basically give the index of that, so that you can position it, that new shape. So what would be the index of that? What would be the position of that new shape? Whether it is a chart or range, whatever you're copying from the Excel, this loop is very much important. This we ran it just to find it out that after deleting that specific shape, now how many shapes are left, and then whatever this final index is going to hold, it's simply going to add 1 to it, so that the next time when you're going to copy and paste this range, right, then it will have the new it will have that new index available using this final index of new range plus 1, right? So this is how you can pause the video, you can have a look on this entire code, and it's a long code, I know, and so just feel free to comment on the video. Anything you didn't understand, let me just know about it, and definitely, you know, I'm going to revert on that. So thank you so much again, once again, dear subscriber, for this wonderful, for this really tough question. And I hope everybody who is a part of this channel and all those who are watching this for the first time, just, you know, don't forget to subscribe to this. You have this subscribe button just on the bottom corner, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is going to take you to the new level. So thank you so much, and I'll come back with some more exciting stuff very soon. Thank you so much. Bye bye.